Hey guys, welcome to Chaos Unfiltered. I'm your host Abby, and today we're going to be talking about another year wiser. So, this podcast is actually releasing on my birthday, so I wanted to talk about my last year, what I learned, what I gained experience on, my ups, my downs, all of that stuff, right? So, let's dive right into it. I think I want to talk about the positives first because I feel like where I want to grow, where like what I could have done better, stuff like that. What I'm going to take into my next chapter of my life is something that's probably going to take a little bit more time. I definitely did have a lot of ups, but I will say last year was really tough for me. I had a lot of downs, especially by the end, and I think I do let those downs kind of impact me more, which makes sense because a lot of the ups were with that one person that ended up being the down, right? So it's hard, but you live and you learn. And I just want to share all of that with you guys. So, positive wise, I mean, I'm not going to go too far into my work or anything like that, but definitely work was a big positive, just advocating for myself, advocating for others, stuff like that. I also was able to build some new friendships outside of the ones I've known since I was late teens, early 20s. Like, I built new friendships this year, which was super cool. Loved meeting new people. Loved putting myself out there in a way that I wasn't used to, for sure. And although most of those didn't survive after the downs of last year, I do still have one, and I'm so grateful for them. And it's just really nice to gain those friendships. I think gaining new friends is always amazing. I think that's something that I've always really struggled with, is making new friends, especially at the age I am now. Like, I have my people, I'm like, I don't need any more. But I love making new friends. I just come off as the person with the resting bitch face, with not being approachable. She looks mean. And look, I understand, like, my friends will take pictures of me, like, candid photos, all of that stuff. And I do look like a bitch. Because I've just never been the person that just, like, smiles for no reason. Like, I'm just not gonna sit here cheesing just to look approachable. I don't know. My face just always looks like, I mean, I have an RBF. I have the resting bitch face all the time. That I don't know. That's just me. And that might be something that I want to work on with this new year, with my next chapter of my life. We'll see. That's going to be really hard because I just feel like it's so forced if I'm just like randomly smiling all the time. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I definitely do feel that way. I would say a positive was being in a relationship. That was one of my ups in the last year of life, was being in a relationship. He exposed me to new adventures, new opportunities, stuff like that, and I'm forever grateful for that. He really got me out of my shell and got me comfortable. I've never been that comfortable in a relationship before, so for that I'm so grateful for. Like, we might not have lasted, but while we were together, there was a lot of good times, and those are my ups for sure from last year too. I also think another one of my ups is I actually got to see Hamilton for the musical. And I think that's such a cool experience, seeing a musical live, watching the performers. And I got to do it with my friends, which was always a blast. I love spending time with my friends, and I love doing activities like that, right? Like, yeah, it can be fun to go out to the bars, drink, stuff like that. But I like going to do activities. Yeah, we still drank, we still did those things. But I think dressing nice, going to watch something, going to do an interactive game, stuff like that. Like, I love those activities so much more. So that was definitely a big up, and I'm definitely going to more now, for sure, especially in this next chapter. Like, I want to go to more musicals. And up at the very end of my year was getting more active in the gym, getting more consistent in the gym, kind of building up my willingness to go to the gym solo, right? That's something I could never have done in February of 2025. I could never have gone to the gym by myself. I was definitely the person that was like, oh, my friend can't go. Okay, I guess I'm just not going for the day. And I would like work out at home, stuff like that. Like, I have that stuff here, but obviously I'm not working out as well as I could be if I was at a gym. So that's something that was definitely up, was just becoming more comfortable with going to the gym alone. Becoming more comfortable with, like, hey, not everyone's watching. I mean, probably some people are watching me, but, like, I don't care, right? Like, because I've always been a person that's like, oh, I don't care if people are watching me. I don't care what people say. That's a fucking lie. I am such a big, like, I do want people to like me. I do want people to see me for who I am. I think that's the bigger thing, right? I want people to see me for who I am. And I feel like when people are to judge me, they aren't seeing me for who I am. So, anyways, that's a little tangent. But one of my ups was just being more comfortable in the gym and going solo. I would say some of the downs from the last year of my life were definitely the breakup. You guys have heard me talk about it if you've listened to my other podcasts. The breakup was a big thing. Like, it was hard, but it did teach me a lot of lessons. And I think that is a bigger positive than the breakup itself. Now, before then, like, I had a lot of stress over the relationship. I had a lot of tough days because of that relationship. So those were definitely downs. But I don't want to sit here. I don't want to, like, bash my relationship or anything like that, because that relationship was great when it was great. We stayed too long, and that's okay. Like, we made mistakes. We are human. That is okay. I have nothing but love for that person. But it is a down for just how it made me feel by the end of that relationship. Like, that was a really tough time for me. And my friends knew it was a tough time for me. They could see that. My parents could see that. Even people I work with could they realized something was going on. And so, like, just all of that, I was like, reflecting back on, I'm like, damn, like, that was a really tough time for me last year. But I look at all those tough times and I'm like, you live, you grow, and you're only on this planet once. No one's going to be perfect. So I'm not going to hold any negative feelings towards him for what maybe he could have done better. I'm not going to hold any negative feelings towards me anymore of what I could have done better for that relationship. We weren't meant to be, and that's okay. So I find that as an up in that breakup, right? Like, I have found peace with the breakup. And honestly, a month ago, I couldn't have said that. And I'm so grateful I found that before stepping into my next chapter of life. Because I feel like now I can really prioritize myself this year. I can prioritize my friends, making new friendships. I can prioritize the gym. I can prioritize the podcast, my social media. And those are the things that I really value. Like, yes, I value being in a relationship, having a significant other. Like, I've said it time and time again. I'm a huge lover girl. I'm always going to be a huge lover girl. So I would love a relationship this year. If it doesn't happen, it's not in my cards this year, and that's okay. Like, I have still not even put myself back on dating apps. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know if that's my thing anymore. I feel like, especially now with my age, like, I almost feel like I've outgrown dating apps, right? So, who knows? We'll see. We'll see if that's where I end up this year. I told myself I'm waiting until I move apartments to do that, and I'm sticking to that. I will say, mid-20s is definitely a learning time for everybody, and I will tell those people that aren't there yet to really let life in, kind of, right? Like, explore everything, take those chances, because those chances could be great, but if they're not, they're going to teach you a lesson. And I feel like definitely last year was a lot of lesson teaching for me. And although I was like, fuck, I'm really tired of fucking learning lessons. Like, when is it finally going to be good for Abby? When am I finally going to be 100% authentically fucking happy? But looking back on all of that stuff now, I can be like, no, like, it's good that I learned those things. Like, it's going to make me a stronger, better human being. And I feel like that is so important. So if you're still in your early 20s, definitely take those mid-20s to really, like, take those opportunities and experience life. That's one thing that I'm definitely going to do this year, is experience life more. I know that might sound really weird. You might be like, the fuck do you mean experience life? Like, everyone's experienced life every day. I think people get really comfortable. I've said this before. One of my favorite quotes is, your comfort zone will kill you. I am live, laugh, breathing that fucking quote this year, that your comfort zone will kill you. Take those leaps. I know for me, I am a person that I don't put myself out there if I don't know 100% that I can be fit for that job, if I can get that opportunity, right? But I'm sitting in my comfort zone. And so I have to take those leaps, because if I don't take those leaps, I'm never going to get to where I want to be. I can even say, like, I took a leap on this podcast, right? Like, yes, it's still early days, but I love doing these podcasts. That is one of the biggest ups from my last year, was starting a podcast, starting a way to just talk, just shit talk, right? Like, I'm not really talking about anything great, maybe anything serious. I could be talking about things that are serious, I guess, a little bit, but it's not like I'm here spitting facts. I'm literally just being 100% authentically myself. And that's something I've always struggled with, is just being authentically myself and not putting on a face sometimes in situations. And I think this is a great way for me to get out of that, right? I will say another down from last year was probably neglecting my friendships a little bit. It's a lesson learned, of course. I am a person that when they're in a relationship, I put all myself into that relationship. I see the best in that person. I want to be with that person all the time. All of that stuff, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But I definitely neglected my friendships a little bit. And I don't want to do this year. I don't want to neglect my friendships. Like, I want my friends to want to ask me to go do things and stuff, because they know I'm not just going to say no every time. Because it did get to a point that, like, my friends just kind of stopped asking me to do things unless I asked them, because they knew I wasn't going to be there because I was going to be with my boyfriend, which I get. Like, if I was told no so many times, I would also stop asking me. And I just don't want to get to that point, because at one point I did feel like, wow, like, my friends don't want to hang out with me, stuff like that. And that wasn't the case. They did want to hang out with me, but I was just always telling them no. And they were like, well, there's no point in asking you to come do this because you're going to tell us no. And I totally get that. So that's something I'm definitely, this year, is like, prioritize my friendships, right? Like, I've already done so much with them in the past month. Like, we've been booked every single weekend doing something. But I just want to be there for my friends more, especially because how much they were there for me when I was going through my tough time. And I'm not saying they're going through tough times or anything like that, but I have great friends, and I don't want to neglect that anymore. And especially those friendships that I don't see a ton. I have past coworkers that, like, I love seeing. We're just both really busy. Like, I want to also put forth the effort to see them more, right? Like, even if it's once a month. Like, we don't usually see each other even once a month. It's like once every 3 months, maybe. I want to prioritize that. I want to prioritize some of my friendships that I've kind of let fall off a little bit and spend time with them. Like, I love those friends too, and I just don't see them that much because they're not part of my big friend group. And I want to see them and prioritize them as well, because I love being around people. I am such a people person. And I think that's one of the hardest things with, like, living alone for me, is just, like, it's just you. Like, you're just here alone with your thoughts, just letting them brew. I would much rather be with other people. That's why I love relationships so much, because I always have a significant other who I can talk to all the time. I know, like, I can talk to, because I do sometimes feel like I annoy my friends, even though I know that's not the case. Another big up from last year was noticing and prioritizing my health. This was very late into last year. I prioritized it super late. I noticed my health problems super late. That's something I'm going to take into my next chapter of life too, is, like, prioritizing my health. I did find out I had thyroid issues, stuff like that. I feel 200% better since being on medication. I've started losing weight. I've started getting leaner. And that was just something that couldn't happen before because of my thyroid levels. And also just, like, my mental health has changed significantly since getting on thyroid medication. So I am definitely going to keep prioritizing my health this year, meal prepping, eating cleaner, just making sure I'm getting my protein in. And with all that, I'm prioritizing the gym as well. That is something that I want to do so much at this next chapter of my life, is prioritizing the gym. And I've already been doing pretty well with this, of just prioritizing the gym. I've been more consistent. I've been going at least 4 days a week, sometimes 5, sometimes even fucking 6, guys. Like, if I have nothing better to do, I'm like, yeah, I'll go to the gym. And I'm about to get a new gym membership, and I'm so excited for it because it's classes in a sauna, and like usually no one else joins you if you sign up for the class. So like that helps with that gym anxiety, stuff like that. And my friend also does it, so I get to spend more time with her. And I'm just super excited to start prioritizing the gym, because the gym has always been a huge passion of mine. And I love the gym, and like the gym is my comfort place. It's a stress reliever. It is just so amazing for me. I know it's not for everybody. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but for me, the gym is my safe haven. And I did let that fall a little bit last year for about like 6 months, I would say. And I could definitely tell that impacted me. That was definitely a low of not prioritizing the gym as much as I was before. And now that I'm back on prioritizing the gym, and I would even say I'm prioritizing it a lot fucking more than I ever have, I feel so fucking great because of it, guys. Like, it's amazing what just a routine, staying active can do for your mental health, your body, all of it. It is incredible. Something else I really want to prioritize is just reading. I love to read. Reading has always been a huge passion of mine. Obviously, like, reading is definitely an escape for me too. Like, I feel so much comfort with reading. I can escape reality sometimes, especially when I'm stressed out. And I want to read more. And I also want to read different books than I'm used to. Like, I'm really big into fantasy books and stuff like that, and I love those. But I also want to read mental health books. I want to read, like, history, like, type books. Like, just educate myself more. I really want to make this year a learning time for me. Whether that is with just life experiences, with reading, stuff like that. Like, I just want to learn. Because you only have one life, like I've already said this, right? Like, so why do you want to sit there and not know more and be as knowledgeable as you can with the time you have? So that's something I really want to do this year, is just learn. I also really want to travel more, and I've already made a lot of plans for my next chapter of traveling more. I already have vacations planned. I'm literally going out of town for my birthday, and I'm so excited to do that. And also stepping out of my comfort zone again, because I'm flying for the first time solo, guys. That is a huge thing. Like, I could never have flown solo last year, probably. I would not have liked it. But I'm doing it this year. Literally, the day of my birthday, I am flying solo. I'm taking that, and I'm so excited to do it. Let's be honest. But I do want to travel more. I want to see new places. I have a passport. I want to use my passport. I didn't pay for a passport to just let it sit in my safe and collect dust. I want to see other countries. I want to learn their lifestyles and stuff like that. I don't know. That is one thing that I'm really wanting to do, is just travel more. Even if it's like a random weekend getaway that's an hour and a half away, right? Like, let's go for a weekend. Let's just go have fun. Because, yeah, it can be hard. It's expensive to travel, especially right now, I feel like. But money can come back. And I am a big, like, person on, like, you don't want to spend what you don't have, right? Like, you never know when you could potentially lose a job. Shit goes downhill, anything like that. But you don't have to save, like, and not do anything fun either. Like, you're only here once. Use it. Travel. See other places. Like, if you've only lived in one place your whole life, like, and you've never left that state or wherever you're at, like, why? What's holding you back? All in all, guys, I'm really excited for this next chapter. I'm so excited to prioritize my life, gain new experiences, learn new things. And I feel like I might do that every year, but this year I really want to focus on those things. And if other things come my way, I'm so excited to embrace those opportunities in other situations, right? I'm just excited to see what this year is going to bring for me. Because I just feel like I just have really strong faith and feelings that like this year is going to be fucking amazing for me. And I'm so excited for anything that comes my way. I will leave you with this one thing of just, if you have a birthday coming up, if you had a birthday recently, reflect on your last year, right? Think about those ups and downs. I think that's very important to do, is just reflecting on that past year and noticing what you want your next year to be. Don't sit and do the same things every year or you're never going to grow. As always, guys, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you tune into the next podcast. Bye.